Google's March 2026 core update just started rolling out and it's already shaking up search results across the board. Here's what happened. On March 27th, 2026, Google dropped its first major core update of 2026 and it came right after two other updates in quick succession. So, a February Discover update and the March Spam update that rolled out just days before. Three updates in weeks. Google is not messing around this year. Within hours of launch, the SEMrush sensor hit a volatility score of 9.4 to 9.5 out of 10, one of the highest values ever recorded. So if your rankings move this week, that's why. Now, here's the thing. This update hasn't fully landed yet. Glenn Gabe, one of the sharpest algorithm trackers in SEO, ran visibility numbers across 3,000 domains and said he's seen very little movement from the core update so far. So what we are seeing right now is fallout from the spam update that just came before it. The core update is still rolling out, and it could up to take maybe 2 weeks to fully settle. So don't panic yet, but do pay attention. 3 updates, 1 month. This is what 2026 looks like. Let's back up for a second because this wasn't one thing, it was a stack. March 2026 turned out to be one of the most eventful months for SEO professionals with multiple Google updates rolling out in quick succession. Now, starting with the Discovery update, that hit visibility on Google Discover feeds. And then the March spam update dropped on March 24th. And then the core update itself hit on the 27th of March. That's a compressed timeline and it's causing a lot of noise in the data right now. Some people are down 30% in terms of traffic, some are up. And a lot of people are staring at the Google Search Console asking, what just happened? The honest answer is we don't fully know yet. The dust hasn't settled, but the pattern's already clear enough to act on. So what is this update actually targeting? The update is clearly hitting like generic, mass-produced, AI-generated content that offers no added value. Relevance, genuine expertise, and unique insights are now the ranking signals that matter. Now, it's not just about that. I mean, you can still use AI to help you, and AI is great for actually creating content. You just want to make sure that you actually use your own experience and case studies and data inside it, right? So make it unique so that if you use AI to help you, make sure that no one else can create that sort of AI content, right? And it's a combination of your knowledge combined with AI itself. Now, it actually goes deeper than content quality alone. Websites relying heavily on templated, repetitive, or purely SEO driven pages are seeing noticeable drops in visibility. Google is now better at evaluating topical authority at the domain level, and websites that consistently publish high quality content in a specific niche are gaining rankings, right? Broad, unfocused websites covering too many unrelated topics are losing traction. And that word, topical authority, is the one you need to lock into. It's a pattern every SEO expert is pointing to right now. One commenter on Reddit, for example, nailed it. Sites gaining ground tend to have strong entity definition across the whole domain, clear internal linking, tight topical focus, external signals that back up what the site claims to be about. The site's losing right now topical sprawl. A SaaS company blogging about productivity tips or remote work culture and their core product all at once, right? Google is less tolerant of that right now. And if you're a business owner with a website, here's the simple version. Google wants to know exactly what you're about. One topic, one niche. You can go deep and then just expand from there. Now, the EAT signal just got a lot stronger too. So EAT stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Google's been talking about it for years, but this update made it mean something. Analytics data shows that 72% of top rankings now have detailed author profiles with verifiable qualifications compared to around 58% before the updates. So if your content doesn't have a clear author, someone with a real name, a real background, a track record in that specific topic, that's a gap. You can easily fix it by adding that information to your site and the author bio, but Google is now checking whether the person writing about it actually knows what they're talking about. And it's not just author bios, it's about the whole signal set. Do your backlinks come from relevant sites? Does your brand get mentioned in your niche? Does your content go deep enough to be genuinely useful? And when it comes to link building, are you getting backlinks from relevant sources? It doesn't have to be like 100% niche relevant, but you should be getting backlinks from articles talking about your topic. So if I'm talking about AI, I want to get backlinks from other sites talking about AI too, right? That's contextual relevance, and that's what plays a huge part in ranking your site as well. Now, Google is placing greater weight on intent, alignment, expertise, and comparative value across SERPs. So rankings are now comparative. You're not just being judged on your own, you're being judged against every other result Google could show you instead of you. And who's winning and who's getting buried right now? Well, right now we're in the volatility phase, right? So rankings are moving. Some sites is already seeing big swings. For example, I mentioned Glenn Gabe before. He documented sites surging during the spam update that probably shouldn't have. And spam ranking whilst Google was doing a spam update. He said he'll monitor those to see if Google corrects it. But you know what you're seeing right now may not stick. That's the main thing. If you see volatility, if you see some competitors outranking you or you're outranking them, bear in mind this is not settled yet, right? The core update is still rolling out, even after 2 other updates. So you're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But the winners in early data are sites with deep niche focus, strong author credibility, clean internal linking, content that serves real search intent. And the losers are sites pumping out mass AI content with no differentiation. That's the key, right? It's not just about AI content or not. Google will rank AI content. It uses AI content to answer most stuff on Google now anyway. The difference is, are you adding differentiation into there? Are you adding your own data in there? Are you adding interest in case studies and information that makes your content unique from everyone else's? So sites with thin pages targeting keyword clusters that all look the same, sites that spread themselves across 15 different topics with no clear expertise in any of them, they get smashed to pieces, my friend, and everyone else cleans up. One important thing, if your rankings dropped, don't assume that you've been penalized. Google says negative rankings may not mean anything is wrong with your pages. You may just see some recovery between the next core updates, but the biggest changes tend to follow another core update, so the drop might not be permanent. It is usually just a signal. So what that means essentially is, like, if your rankings go down this core update, you may have to wait until the next core update to see your rankings go up again. And if your site gets hit with the rankings this quarter or this update, it's not a big deal because you can recover that, right? And it's never permanent. It just typically comes down to fixing your site. Now, let's talk about the AI content question. Here's where it gets interesting for anyone using AI to create content right now, which is most of us. AI content isn't banned. Google has said that clearly. What's targeted is AI content that adds nothing new. So generic summaries of things that already exist everywhere, pages that exist for the keyword, not the person searching. A study highlighted in recent SEO recaps showed that 44.2% of ChatGPT citations pull from the first third of pages. Putting key insights up front isn't good writing, it's also a ranking signal too. So even AI assisted content needs to lead with real value. Front load your insights. Make the first section so good it answers the question before they scroll. The businesses surviving this are the ones using AI to help with speed and structure, but the actual expertise, the real world insights, the specific examples, they come from a human like you who understands the space better than anyone else. So what to do right now? First, don't touch anything yet. The update is still rolling out. Wait until it's fully settled, which might be a few weeks. Don't make any major changes to your site yet. Google recommends waiting at least a week after the update has completed before analyzing your Search Console data at all. Second, run an honest audit of your topical focus. If your site covers 5 different topics, pick the one you're most authoritative on and build from there. The sites winning right now have one clear topic identity. And number 3, check your content for 3 things. Does it have a real author with credentials? Does it go deeper than the average result on that topic? Does it answer the actual intent behind the search, not just the keyword? And 4th, look at your link profile. The best backlinks right now are ones that come from relevant sites in your niche and actually send real traffic. One good link from a site that your audience reads is worth more than 50 links from random directories. And number 5, just be patient. You know, core update recoveries don't happen overnight. The March 2026 core update has reinforced a familiar message. Google is continuously evolving to prioritize content and high quality content sites. Typically as well, they do favor sites with backlinks and a lot of authority, so just be aware of that as well. But the main thing is, if you're relying on like outdated tactics or mass produced content, that is not sustainable, my friend. The businesses that will dominate search in 2026 are the ones building real credibility in a focused niche, not the ones chasing every keyword. The pattern Google keeps rewarding is this, right? Every major core update since 2024 has done the same thing. Punish breadth, reward depth, punish generic, reward specific, punish content written for algorithms, reward content written for people, right? This March 2026 update is the same pattern, just with a sharper scoring system. The strategic consequence is clear. The March 2026 core update marks the end of the quantitative content paradigm. More content for the sake of more content is over. What wins now is the regional insight.